皆さん、こんにちは。聞こえますか? Time to review, practice, and remember. So, today we will review the lesson 2. Let's start from vocabulary doshi. So, vocabulary kotoba, and we have like doshi verb. First one is erabimasu, choose, erabu, choose, erabimasu, erabu, group 1. Sagashimasu, sagasu, sagashimasu, look for, sagasu, sagasu, group 1, sagasu. Next is so it's sagashimasu. Yes, sagashi. Next is naremasu, nareru, group 2, narimasu, adjust, get used to. It's somehow related to narimasu. The meaning of narimasu is become, but nareru, it becomes the can form of narimasu, which could be that can become nareru, but I'm not sure. I have a hunch that it's somehow related to narimasu. Nareru, adjust, get used to. Nani nani ni naremasu. So group ni, adjust, get used to. Nareru. Next is umaremasu, umareru, be born. Ga tarimasu, be enough, sufficient, tariru. Group ni, tariru, tariru. So this is group ni, tariru, 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 be enough, sufficient. Nyusha shimasu, join a company. Nyusha suru. This is shimasu, so like shimasu is suru. Nyusha. This sha kanji is company, and new, this is hairimasu. In the kanji of hairimasu, so enter company is like join a company. And if you have shin nyusha in, it's like a new employee. So that's the kanji kind of remembering technique. Enter company is like join a company. Nyusha shimasu, join a company. Teyan shimasu, suggest to. Teyan suru, teyan suru. Group 1, teyan suru. Ni sanka shimasu, sanka suru, attend. Sanka suru, sanka suru. Tabemono, aji, food or taste. So nuts, nuts, nuts. France pan, France pan, France pan, French bread, France pan. Amai, 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 karai, karai, spicy. Amai, sweet, karai, spicy, hot. Basho, denkiya, electronics store, denkiya, electronics store. Ya is store, so denki is electricity. When ya is added with something, it becomes the store of that thing. Denkiya, electronic store. Denkiya. Ekibiru, ekibiru, train station building, ekibiru. Shika, shika, dentist's office, shika, dentist office. Haisha, dentist. Haisha, dentist. Shika, dentist's office. Dentist's office. Shika, Haisha. Shika, Haisha. Hair salon. Hair salon. Hair salon. Hair salon. Kankochi. Kankochi. Sightseeing spots. Kanko, sightseeing. Chi, spots. Kankochi. Sightseeing spots. Sonata. Therapy. Therapy, TV. Speaker. Speaker, speakers. Speaker. Osusume. Osusume. Shuroi, type. Shuroi. Shuroi, type. Shuroi, type. Shuroi, type. Tanjobi. Tanjobi, birthday. Tanjobi, birthday. Yote. 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 Plan. Let's review. 名詞 plus 欲しいんですが、ますけ plus たいんですが。So 欲しい and たい meanings like want. 欲しい means want. So ますけ plus たい also means want. Yes, so the overall meaning of 欲しいんですが plus ますけたいんですが means want to, would like to, something. This is used to initiate discussion of something you want to have or want to do with the thing desired mentioned at the start. So for example, Sumi was saying 新宿までの電車の切符を買いたいんですが Yes, so this our desire is 新宿までの切符をたいんですが That's our desire. So yeah, but the issue is like with after ga there is then. So that means that the sentence is kind of incomplete and the listener has to kind of interpret. So the literal meaning here would be because ga means but. So after but there is some kind of implicit sentence which means that I want to buy the ticket but I do not how to do it, or another is I can you please help me, something like this. So the meaning will be excuse me, but I would like to buy a train ticket to Shinjuku. But is added in the sentence, but means like excuse me, I want to buy the train ticket to Shinjuku, but I do not know how to do it, something like this. 新宿までの電車の切符。はい。そうと思います。新宿までの電車の切符。買いたいんですが、が is but. And the grammar point here is たいんです。Next is 大宮駅に行きたいんですが、どうやって行けばいいですか? Yeah, here means like ga is but, and there is a sentence after that ga. I would like to go to Omiyage station. How do I get there? So yeah, that was the sentence after ga. どうやって行けばいいですか? Because like there is the but, that there is an implicit sentence after that but. So in this example you can understand a little better. So it's do yatte ikeba ii desu ka? I would like to go to Omiya station. How do I get there? 次は不付け動詞形容詞名詞 plain forms. Verbs, adjectives, adverbs. So in Japanese, forms of verbs, adjectives, or nouns accompanied by this or must is called their polite form, while the one without this or must is considered their plain form. In addition, the plain form is subdivided into the dictionary form, non-past affirmative, the nai form, non-past negative, the ta form, past affirmative, and the past nai form, past negative. So yeah, we have dictionary form, nai form, ta form, past nai form, which is non-past, past. Yeah, and there are other plain forms as well. The plain form of teimas is teiru, and masho is rendered in the plain form with the volitional form. We will learn this masho in the upcoming lessons. So yeah, let's keep it to those lessons. But teimas is usually used, which is the this and the plain form teimas is teiru. Meishi verb group ichi. So in verbs we have three groups: group 1 and group 2 and group 3. First one is group 1. Let's start from, oh, there is too many. Okay, let's go one by one. Let's try to remember and find some rules one by one. So group 1, must form, I must, non-past affirmative, I must meet, I must. So this the rules would be, let me see, how can I explain it? So aimasu is au, machimasu matsu is like I should go to the edit section, yes, so I can explain it better. Let me explain with the with in writing. So how do let's try to write this in Japan, in English. So I must and au must. We do not write must because this plain form I must. Next is machimasu. Forget about must for now. Machimasu. Matsu. Matsu. Kaerimasu. Kaeri. Kaeru. Kaeru. Shinimasu. Shini, die. Shinimasu. Shinu. Plain form. Asobimasu. Play. Asobi. Asobu. Yomimasu. Read. Yomi. Yomu. Yomu. Ikimasu. Go. Iku. So the rule is let's only focus on the verbs. The rule is the E sound of, usually in group 1 we have like E sounds, means I sound, but in Japanese it's E sound. This E sound becomes U sound, so this I becomes A U. Chi becomes Tsu, so Ta Chi Tsu Te To. In that sound, Chi becomes Tsu, Machi becomes Matsu. Ri becomes Ru, Kairi Kairu. Shini becomes Nu, Shinu. Asobi, B becomes Bu, Asobu. Yomi, Yomu, Mi, Mu. Yomi, Yomu. Iki, Iku, Iku. So that's how oyogimasu, oyogu. And hanashimasu, hanasu. She becomes Su, Hanasu. So that's how the plain forms of group 1 dictionary form becomes. E becomes U for group 1. That's kind of rule. The I sound becomes U sound, so E becomes U. Next is plain negative, so let's write in. So awanai, and we have matanai. Let's not write nai right now because nai is kind of added at the end. So before that, the verb is khaira, shina, shinanai. Yeah. Asoba, asobanai. Asoba. Yoma, yomanai. Yes. And yoganai, hanasanai. So the rule for non-past negative, the rule is that E sound becomes A sound, A. But forget about this, the first one, it becomes Va, but actually it's E becomes A sound. And the special, this one, the first line is special. I must becomes avanai. So next we say chi must becomes ta, chi ta. In that line, ta chi tu. So ri becomes ra, ni becomes na, b becomes ba. So bi must also ba. Mi becomes ma. Yomi must yomanai. And ki becomes ka. Ikimas ikanai. So the rule is I sound becomes A sound, like E becomes A sound. That's kind of rule for non-past negative. So that's how you can remember the first two. For the plain form past affirmative, the ta form. So the ta form, let's write first in English. Atta, matta, kaeta, kaeta, kaeta. This G side tsu is kind of to add two words. So ta, atta. That's the sound of G side tsu. Matta, kaeta. Shin is shinda. Asobi is asonda. Asonda. Yonda. And itta. Oyoida. And hanashita. Hanashita. ta. Hana. My writing is too bad. Hana shita, not da. Hanashita. So for past affirmative, the ta form. The ta form is like e. We cut the e sound, but it's little complex. The e, chi, and ri, we cut the e sound and we kind of add ta, and the first word and chi side su is added. So I becomes atta. There is no e sound. Atta. Machi becomes matta. Matta. And kairimasu. Kaita. Kaita. So atta matta kaita. For next ni is gone. How can it? So the only n is remaining, kind of. I is gone, and like shinda. Shini, it was shini. Shinda ni. So this ni, be, and me is kind of same, and that sound is gone, and we, instead of ta, we have da. Yum is yonda. So all three kind of da. And this ten is, if you have ten in the original verb, then you have ten in the ta form. For example, osobimasu, osonda. And for example here, oyogimasu, this ten is here. So in past we have oyoida. The ten is also present. There is another little hack, and I think this past affirmative is hanashimasu is hanashita. Yeah, there is not kind of simple rule as compared to these like previous plain forms, but if I find a good rule, yeah, I will share it. But for now, it's just like ichiri is tsuta, ni bi mi is unda, ki is also let me kind of link. So chi ri and ki is utta. Utta, chi side tsu and ta. For ni bi and me, it's unda. Asonda, yonda, shinda, asonda, yonda. Ni bi me. And oyogi is another is oyoida. Gi becomes ida. Oyoida. And hanashimasu is hanashita. Yeah, this one is little complex. I do not know how to come up with a good rule, but for now, I think to remember this, gambarimashou. This past form is, yeah, but for non-past, past negative, it's very easy. So if we go for, it's the same as the past. For example, ava, mata, kaira. So this nai becomes nakatta, and the previous is same. Nai becomes nakatta. Mata nai becomes mata nakatta, kaira nakatta, shina nakatta, soba nakatta. 読まなかった、行かなかった because it was 行かない。Let me explain. So for easy, the actual E becomes かった sound. 合わない、合わなかった。待たない、待たなかった。帰らない、帰らなかった。死なない、死ななかった。遊ばない、遊ばなかった。読まない、読まなかった。行かない、行かなかった。泳がない、泳がなかった。話さない、話さなかった。So the E becomes かった。So ない becomes なかった。That's kind of easy to remember. Just remove E sound and add かった sound. Let's go to group 2. Group 2. This yogimas is kind of special. Usually if you have E sound at the end of verb, that's group 1. But this yogimas is group 2. That's a special. Yogimas, get up. Yogimas. And the rule, yeah, as we see that if there is a E, we usually see E at the end of group 1 verbs. But in group 2 verbs, if there is some other sound than E, and also this imas, last one is also special because it's just like imas. But yogimas is special, and if we just add kind of ru at the end, it's just ru for group 2. So tabemas becomes taberu, nemas neru, imas becomes iru. At the end, just add ru. For non-past negative, it's remove ru and add nai. So okimas becomes okinai, tabemas tabenai, nemas nenai, imas. This one is inai. Yes. And just mas becomes ru, mas becomes ru, mas becomes ru, nemas neru, imas iru. That's simple as that for group 2. And it's kind of same as oo sound because for a plain form previously we converted the verb to oo sounds, and also for group 2 we are converting to oo sound like taberu, neru, okiru. And for the negative, it's just remove mas and add nai, nenai, inai, and okinai. Nothing to add, or just nai is added for the group 2. For past is just add ta. So okita, tabeta, neta, ita. Remove the mas, add ta. It's as easy as that. And for past negative is same as like remove e of nai and add katta. So oki is okinakatta, tabenakatta, nenakatta, ikanakatta. And also to remember from the original mas form is just like add nakatta. So like oki, okinakatta, tabenakatta, nenakatta, inakatta. Just add nakatta with the mas form. Next we have group 3. There is only kimas and shimas. There is the special, so I think it's kimas becomes kuru, shimas becomes suru. And nai is konai, shimas is shinai. And ta is kita, she is shita. Past is konakatta. Kimasu is konakatta. Shimasu is shinakatta. These are just only two verbs here, and if there are in the nouns we sometimes add like shimas. That shimas is same as the group 3 of shimas. So same benkyo shimasu, benkyo suru, benkyo shinai, benkyo shita, benkyo shinakatta. Next we have adjectives. E adjectives. E adjective isugashi. This isugashi. Remove just this. Yeah, remove this and isugashi. That's the plain form. And for for negative, remove this e, and like e becomes ku. This e becomes ku, and add nai. So atsui atsukunai, isugashi isugashikurai. This one is special. This we can do it later. Let's focus on these two. Atsui atsukunai. For example, mizurashi mizurashikunai. E is kunai, and past becomes e is removed and katta is added. Iskashikatta, izugashikatta, and atsui atsukatta. And for next one is kunakatta. So from negative nai becomes nakatta. Same as e, remove e and add katta. The rule is same as previous. So atsukunai, atsukunagatta. From original, it's like kunakatta is added. Atsui atsukunakatta. E becomes kunakatta. For ides, it's just like ides is ides. But for negative, it becomes yokunai. Yokunai. Ides, yokunai. That's a yukatta. And then yokatta. This yokatta, I think you have heard it somewhere, because this is very common word used in yokatta, yokatta this, and then non-positive yokanagatta. Next we have na adjectives. Himada. So if there is the sound is not e of adjective, usually we have that is na adjective. So hima is ma, ending is ma. But there are like special cases. For example, kireda. So that's na adjectives, kirena. And ski is also na adjective. Kire and ski are na adjectives. So these are kind of special, even though they are the ending sound is e, but they are not adjectives. So the rules are hima is da, just add da. That's the plain form. Hima da. Shizuka da. Kiken this. Kiken da. And for negative, we just add janai. Hima janai. Shizuka janai. Kiken janai. Add is janai. For past, da becomes datta. Hima datta. Shizuka datta. Shizuka datta. Kiken datta. And janai becomes janakatta. So hima janai, hima janakatta, shizuka janakatta, and kiken janakatta. For nouns, they are same as na adjectives. The rules of na adjectives apply to nouns as well. For example, gakse this, gakse da, gakse janai, gakse datta, gakse janakatta. Hare this, hare da, hare janai, hare datta, hare janakatta. And following the examples, convert the polite form into the plain form. So we see tabemasu, taberu. Ikimasen deshita. Deshita is past, masen is nai form. So ikanakatta. Ikanakatta. Izugashikatta desu. This is past. Izugashikatta. Gakusei ja arimasen. Arimasen is negative. So it's gakusei janai. Next, kakimasen. Masen is negative. Kakanai, because kaki is group 1. So ki becomes ka. Yes, ka nai. Atsukunakatta desu. It's already katta is past and nai is negative, so atsukunakatta. This is removed. Atsukunakatta desu. Kimashita is past, so kita. That's a group 3 special tokubetsu verb ki. In group 3 we only have kimas and shimas, so this ki is special. Ki and ki becomes kita. Shizuka deshita. Deshita is past, so shizuka datta. Shizuka da is plain and shizuka datta past. Shizuka datta. Let's review. Let's check our answers. So we have kakanai. Kakanai, yes. Because ki becomes kakanai. Atsukunakatta and kita and shizuka datta. Okay. Next we have now. Yeah, now. So the noun are same as non-adjectives. Let's go to next. Yeah, noun as I already mentioned, noun is non-adjectives. 2番 A nara B. So if A, then B. This expression connects to plain form, the plain form which we have just studied. So those plain forms we will use. Yeah, these plain forms. Plain form. We'll use these forms for A. Phrase A before nara topicalizes what the other person said, and then phrase B in the second half expresses speaker's advice, request, will, thoughts to other person, or etc. to other person. And when connecting with na adjective or noun, the is not added between the word and nara. Usually, like plain form of na adjective and the is part of plain form, but like in sometimes structures we do not add the. For example, スーパーを探しているんですが、スーパーを探しているんですが、So I am looking for super, but like this guy, as I mentioned earlier, this guy is here. It's like but, so the implicit meaning is like I cannot find it, something like this. Okay, super nara. Super is like noun. So da is removed. So answer is super nara. If you are looking for supermarket, then 郵便局の前にあります。郵便局の前にあります。Post office in front of. There is in front of post office. Phrase A before Nara. So yeah, that before our goal, it's like it's speaker's advice, request, will, and thoughts to the other person. So A was looking for supermarket, super, and the B is like B's advice is that there is in front of post office. So Supanara. Supanara is like super is for A was looking for it, and B's advice or like there is request suggestion or B say that if you're looking for super, let's go to next sentence. ちょっと買い物に行ってくるよ。I'm going out to do some shopping. 買い物に行くなら if you are going for shopping 牛肉も買ってきて if you are going for shopping also buy the milk. So this more means also. The literal meaning would be 買い物に行く shopping if going なら if 牛乳 milk も also 買って buy 来て come. So it's like if you are going for shopping also buy milk and come home. Obviously you will come home. So the literal meaning, we forget about the meaning will be if you are going for shopping, buy some milk because you will come home, right? So 買ってきて Again, following the example, rearrange the words in parentheses in correct order and say each sentence out loud. Ramen ga tabetai desu. I want to eat ramen. Ramen nara. Ramen nara. Because I wanted to. Ramen nara. Ekimai no mise ga oishii desu. Hai, so that's the correct order. Ramen nara ekimai no mise ga oishii desu. If you want to eat ramen, the restaurant in front of the station has tasty ramen. Next, 散歩したいのですが、どこがいいですか I want to take a walk. Where a good place to walk? 散歩 like walk. So you can say 散歩する but it's just like our goal. The goal of person A is 散歩. So we can just say we can add 散歩する but that's too long or too complex. We can just say 散歩なら. Sampo is noun and we add 散歩なら because A is asking B. So the response of B is we have to select from these. Okay, 散歩なら北の丸公園がいいですよ If you want to take a walk, Kitanomaru Park is a good place. Natsu yasumi ni Indo ni ikun desu. I am going to India for summer vacation. そうですか。インドに行くなら the plain form. Before nara we use plain form. 行くなら deri ga osume desu. Really? そうですか is really. はい。次は、名詞プラスなんか、名詞プラスなんかどうですか noun or something like that. Somewhere like noun. なんかどうですか This どうですか means like how about. 名詞 is noun. So how about noun? This なんか inside is something like. Yeah, this なんか is it means something like so. Nanka is a colloquial form of nado. Nado means attest etc. So nado actually means etc. And extra at extra we usually say in English. So the nado is we can say nanka is kind of nado in this sentence. So meshi plus nanka. Meshi at extra. How about meshi at extra? For example, um, there are many things you can do, but you suggest one thing from many available things. So we add nanka when we say meshi nado, extra, or something like. So nanka is creation form of nado. This expression is used to this expression is used to offer one suggestion out of various possibility. Yeah, that's what I was saying. There are various possibilities, and that meshi is just one suggestion. And ask the listeners how they feel about it, about that one suggestion. That meshi that noun we just added in that sentence. For example, onsen ni ikitai no desu ga. In the A say onsen ni ikitai no desu ga, doko ga osusume no basho wa arimasu ka? I want to go to onsen, but is there any recommended place? So B is onsen nara. It's if onsen. Literal meaning is often if onsen, but actually, kusatsu nanka dou desu ka? So kusatsu nanka, kusatsu nanka is kusatsu nanka dou desu ka? The overall meaning will be that's how. Onsen nara, if you want to go to onsen, to hot spring, kusatsu is kusatsu, nanka is somewhere like nanka, that's nanka, and do desu ka, how about going? So if you want to go to hot spring, how about going somewhere like kusatsu? That would be the translation, but the literal meaning is as you can see. Next is 少し疲れましたね。コーヒーなんかどうですか? So there are many examples, but for example, there are many options. We just added kohi. So the meaning translation would be, I'm a little tired. How about having a cup of coffee or something else to drink? So this nanka is something else because there are many options. So coffee is one of them. Next is following the example, rearrange the words in parentheses in correct order and say each sentence aloud. Ethereum. Ethereum. Ohiru wa お昼はイタリアンなんかどうですか？お昼 yes becauseお昼 is lunch and Italian is one of the option. So お昼はイタリアンなんかどうですか？ How about eating Italian and something else for lunch? It's お土産お土産はお土産は果物なんかどうですか？ So we want お土産 and fruits is one of the examples. 東京観光お台場どうですか？なら So this観光 is 観光地 sightseeing spots. Forget about like if we say Tokyo Kanko, it's like Tokyo sightseeing. In Kankochi, we have already studied in today's lesson. So Tokyo Kanko nara, if you are like going for search, Tokyo Kanko nara, Odaiba nanka do desu ka? Odaiba nara nanka do desu ka? Let's review the answers. 散歩なら、北のクール公園がいいですよ。インドに行くなら、デリがおすすめです。お土産は果物なんかどうですか？東京観光地なら、お台場なんかどうですか？ OK。次は、A のような B like A. B such as A. This attached to a noun. It is used to describe the characteristics, form, etc. of something B. By citing a specific example A. So A のような B. As in 駅のような人が多いところ。So 駅のような is like 駅 example and our characteristic is 人が多いところ。That's the characteristics and A before Yona, no Yona is an example. So yeah, A is specific example of something which B is. For example, ほうれん草や人参のような、緑黄色野菜は体にいいです。ほうれん草や人参yes人参 is carrot. Yes, 人参 is carrot. So ほうれん草 means spinach. Yes, I see. ほうれん spinach. ほうれん草 spinach and carrot. These are the examples. のような緑黄色野菜 So 野菜 is vegetable. Yes. 緑黄色 食。旅行食。旅行食。I do not know the meaning of these kanji, but here. So, meaning is green and yellow vegetables like spinach and carrot are good for health. So, ryoku o ryok o shok. It's like green and yellow vegetables. This shok. Oh, but this O is yellow. I do not know the kanji of yellow. So that ryoko would be green. Oh, shallow. This shok. I think this is iru, kanji of iru, orange iru. So that means color. So ryoko o shok comes like before this iru is the some colors, and yasai is like these colors vegetables are karadani, this good for body. Ryoko shoku yasai. Horenso ya ninjin no yona green and yellow vegetables like spinach and carrots are good for you. Not good for you, good for health. Karadani, yes. Stretch no yona ストレッチのような軽い運動を休み時間にするといいですよ。So stretching, example のような something like stretching 軽い運動、軽い light 運動 exercise, light exercise 休みの時間、break time 休みの時間 break and time Suru is do and Ides is good. So doing is good. Ides you know. It's a good idea to do light exercise during breaks such as stretching. That becomes the meaning. Following the example, choose the correct word. So Tokyo, Kyoto のような古い町に興味があります。This is Kyoto. Example, ような古い町 old towns 興味、interest があります。I am interested in old cities like Kyoto. Next is 美術館動物園美術館 is museum 動物園 is zoo. So 静かなところ Yeah, 静かなところ So is quiet place is 美術館 a museum. 美術館のような静かなところlike では大きな声で話してはいけません。美術、so quiet places. So that's our characteristic. Quiet places. An example is art museum. 美術館。大きな声 loud voice 話して speaking いけません cannot do. Or yeah, you must not talk loudly when in quiet places. 私はラーメングリーンカレー。グリーンカレー。Ramen. Spicy food. I don't know which one is spicy ramen or green curry. Maybe 私はラーメンのような辛い料理が好きです。So either green curry is spicy or not. Is it spicy? 私はラーメンのような Let's check the answers. Forget about it. Let's move forward. There's making violational forms of verbs. So 移行動詞の移行形の作り方 Violational forms are let's do it. These are the violational forms. The violational forms of verb is from seen in echo, let's, or I will like do. 食べよう let's eat. And しよう let's do. And so forth. So I remember it in the let's form. When spoken to yourself, it functions to express your will. So what you want to do. And because I want to eat, that's why I'm saying let's eat. If I'm saying to myself, let's eat. When spoken to a close acquaintances, it serves to invite. Yeah, if I'm speaking with more people, let's go. It means like I'm inviting. Or urge or suggest that person to do something. In polite form, it becomes ikimasho. Yes, ikimasho. When I say in the video, yeah, hajimemashou. Let's start. Tabemashou. Shimashou. Let's do it. So it becomes this masho is removed and it's kind of like a verb, and o is like u. Masho becomes o u form. We will see in the examples, but it's more like the shorter, how to make it shorter, because tabe masho is for example, mo ne neru yo is neru yo. Hitorigoto. So because I'm talking to myself, I will go to sleep. Next is soro soro shuppatsyo. Let's get going. Urging someone. I'm saying to someone, so let's do it. So group 1, replace the sound before the mus with corresponding o column sound and add u at the end. For example, kaimas becomes cow. E becomes, so this e sound becomes o sound, as I mentioned here. Kai ka o u ka o u. So u we do not pronounce o. Cow. Nomimasu. No more. So mi sound becomes o sound. Mi becomes mo, and u is added. No more. Aimasu. Ao. Machimasu. Mato. Kaerimasu. Kaero. Shinimasu. Shino. Asobimasu. Asobo. Yomimasu. Yomo. 書きます。書こう。and 泳ぎます。泳ごう。話します。話そう。So, me becomes mo and u is added. Group 2, replace the mas with yo. So it's just simply add yo at the end. Me yo, oshimasu, oshieyo. Okimasu, okiyo, tabemasu, tabeyo, nemasu, neyo, imasu, yo. Just add yo, and it's as simple as that. And group 3, yeah, they do not follow a pattern, but yeah, you have to remember, so there are only two verbs, so remembering is, I think, easy with the passage of time. Kimasu, koyo, shimasu, shio. And for example, if it's benkyou shimasu, so benkyou shio. Make sentences like examples. Kikimasu. Wakaranai no de sensei ni kikou. Wakaranai no de sensei ni kikou. 会います。来週の土曜日に会おう。会おう。Let's meet Saturday of next week. 食べます。一緒にお菓子を食べよう。食べよう。Because 食べ is group 2. I is group 1. It was 会おう。食べ is group 2. So 食べ becomes 食べよう。来ます。Group 3. Yes. And that becomes 来よう。来ます becomes 来よう。来よう。今は人が多いので、後で来よう。後で来よう。Yes. 後で来よう。There are too many people now, so let's come later. 勉強します。明日試験だから勉強しよう。Let's see our answers. 来週の土曜日に会おう。一緒にお菓子を食べよう。今は人が多いので後で来よう。明日試験だから勉強しよう。OK。Next。6番。ふつけ plus かな。So, かな is I wonder. ふつけ is plain form that we have studied earlier. And kana is like, might you be telling me that? Is kind of questionnaire or suggestion, or so this attached to the plain form. It combines the interrogative particle ka. Yeah, that's the question particle ka with na. Kana. It is used at the end of colloquial plain form. Colloquial. I don't know the meaning of colloquial. Yeah. What's the meaning of colloquial? So, plain form sentence to wonder to yourself about something uncertain or strange. It can also be used to seek someone's confirmation or approval, but this usage is not acceptable for speakers to people other than your friend, family, or other close. So, this is like a casual form. This is not a polite way to communicate. So, it's only for friends and families and close people. So you cannot communicate in like business casual thing. And again, for nouns, the is not added. Yeah, for this the For example, if in sentences if you add the where you do not have to add the, and if you do not add the where you have to add the, I think Japanese people might understand the overall meaning and they will let it go, because they might see you as a beginner and say, oh, you are doing your best. But with the passage of time, I think we can build a habit to remember where we have to add the and where we do not have to put the. Yeah, sometimes you omit this the after na and noun adjectives, but sometimes you have to kind of add. So it's with practice and also with the passage of time. はい、頑張りましょうね。Yeah, I tried to find some rules where we have to put, but for this kana, the is not added. For example, ashita wa ame kana. So if you say ashita wa ame da kana to a Japanese, he or she might understand the meaning even though the sentence is not correct. But yeah, being foreigner or like, so I think he will understand. So jibun no toi kake, wondering to yourself, I wonder if it will rain tomorrow. Ashita wa ame kana. Sato san ashita kuru kana. Sato san ashita kuru kana. I wonder if Sato will come tomorrow. Next is sensei. Sensei 無理宿題を忘れたということかな。聞き手を確認。So like sensei is higher in rank. He can use kana with the students. In other words, might you be telling me that you forgot your homework? Seeking the listener's confirmation. And Gagzi, hi, sumimasen. Smori in other words. Smori in other words. Shukadai, homework. Vasureta, forgot homework. Vasureta, toyu, something like. Toyu koto, something like. So was kana, the confirmation. In other words, might you telling me that you forgot your homework? So echo plus kana, this violational form plus kana. I wonder what maybe I will. So violational form is let's do it or I will do it. For example, tabeyo, because I have to do. So violational form plus kana express that you are wondering what to do regarding a decision you need to make. For example, I need to make a decision, and kana it means that I'm wondering if it's good or not, because violational already means like I will do it or let's do it, and I will do it and let's do it. When we add kana, there is and there kana is like wondering, so wondering let's do it. No, I'm not sure. For example, tomodachi no kekkon shiki ni nani o kitte ikou kana. So tomodachi no shiken, friend's wedding. Like I have to go to friend's wedding, but nani o kitte, what should I wear? And ikou kana. That's why this ikou kana. 式. I don't know the meaning of 式 but 友達の結婚 friend's wedding 何を what 来て where 行こう go 行こうかな where and go. But the meaning will I wonder what I should wear to my friend's wedding. Make sentences like the example and say them out loud. します。今日は何をしようかな I wonder what I will do today. Next is 読みます read. 本を読もうかな E sound becomes O sound and U is added. So 読み becomes 読もうかな本を読もうかな Maybe I will read a book. 出かけます。今日はどこへ出かけようかな出かけ is group に because it's 出かけ K sound at the ending. So 出かけようかな Let's see the answers. 本を読もうかな今日はどこへ出かけようかな最後は comprehensions. Read the conversation. そろそろに終わりましょうね。テレビやスピーカーが買いたいんですが、so this guy is like, I want to do, but どこが安くていい店を知りませんか知りません Do you know? 安い cheap and いい good shop どこ where? So 電気屋なら like if you are looking for electronic store 駅前の田中電気があります So I want to buy something like TV and speakers. Do you know of any good but cheap stores? So if you are looking for an electronic store, there is a Tanaka Denki in front of the station. Next is 私は美味しいパン屋を探しているんですが So it's like implicit structure. それなら So this sore is very handy Japanese here. それなら whatever the question was. それならここの近くの桜ベーカリーなんかどうですか So like there are many bakeries but nearby Sakura bakeries. How about nearby Sakura bakery? Yeah, in that case, how about the Sakura bakery? There is a nearby. So somewhere like that. That's how it is. Answer the question. あなたの国町に旅行に行きます。おすすめの場所や食べ物、お土産などを、紹介してください。So, it's like, for example, Tokyo,東京なら、上野公園はおすすめですよ。Something like this. 食べ物なら、ラーメン、田中ラーメンはいいですよ。Something like this. おすすめの場所や食べ物。お土産。Yes, お土産もあります。So, yeah, I think that's how this question can be answered. Yeah, another thing is you cannot use do desu ka here because you are familiar with that city or country the other person is asking about. So you cannot kind of say, maybe this one is good. You cannot wonder. You are sure because you have been there, like you know that place. So it will be more like okay, これはおすすめです。これはおすすめです。な感じかな。どうですか because that's what I think. Let's see the examples mentioned here. じゃあ、ベトナムに旅行に行くなら、どれとが、誰とがおすすめです。お土産なら、ハスのお茶。ハスのお茶がいいですよ。など。Yeah, this nado, it is strong, as I mentioned. So if you're going to buy souvenir, lotus tree is a good choice. Yeah, see that it's like ダルトがおすすめです。お茶がいいです。So that's how like you are not kind of kana you're not using kana because you know that place. So it's like これはおすすめです。これはいいです。If the question is more like I am looking for something but I cannot find it, then there is kind of suggestions that okay there is this thing nearby, maybe you can look into it, but there could be another things as well. So I think that's how it goes. どれとがおすすめです. Yeah, for example, this person is living in Vietnam. He knows that Doret is good, so he's saying Doret ga osume desu. Not like Doret kana, do desu ka? No. And again, haso ocha ga ii desu yo. So it's like ii desu yo. It's not like hacho ocha ga ocha kana. Not like that. So for recommendations, I think kana cannot be used here. はい、そろそろに終わりましょうね。じゃあお疲れ様です。皆さんありがとうございます。